Orleans, and what an impressive performance it was from...
Last April, we're underway here at Watersheddings. The Super League battle between these two underway, and what a challenge on Gary Mercer right away at the start of this match.
It was a big hit from the big prop forward, Jason Timu. Crunch time, and Clark the hooker was involved too. Double battle, double whammy.
Great pressure from Oldham early on, keeping Leeds penned in their own quarter. Holroyd was the dummy half. He gave it to the big man, Harvey Howard. And Harvey Howard scragged to the floor, was unhappy with the challenge, had a little go at Gildart. We're 44 seconds into the match. Let's go down for an early report on the pitch side with Bill.
Leeds, having won the toss, have surprisingly chosen to play up the hill at Watersheddings. Notorious slope at this ground. You'd have thought that if, having won the toss, that have chose to go downhill in the first half. But they reckon their fitness is superior and they can last out Oldham. We'll have to see about that.
Well, there was a tremendous run from the kick downfield by Afi Luila, and that's a zero tackle. And Oldham on the halfway line already. Aitchison takes the first tackle. Clark is the dummy half. There's Crompton.
We talk about building in confidence. The big tackle straight off from Clark and Timu, and then a great run by...
Penalty against Leeds, holding down in the tackle on Howard Hill.
Adrian Morley.
Home at Watersheddings, where they believe they have a great opportunity to turn anybody over. They played their first match, of course, at Boundary Park and were well and soundly beaten by the champions Wigan. But they're a different kettle of fish here at Watersheddings, and that's Howard Hill. He gets the ball away, but the touch judge has the flag up. There was obviously a foot in touch. Well, I'm not so sure.
Well, pretty close, that one. Crowd not happy with it. They're looking at the big screen too. I think he had that ball away, but perhaps a knock-on anyway from Luila.
Referee John Connolly puts the scrum down just 10 metres from the Leeds line, 20 metres in, of course, from touch these days. Such an aid to the attacking options of both the sides. Crunch tackle coming in on Phil Hassan, and it was by Andrew Patmore.
We wanted a big game from this guy as well, Gary Mercer, the former New Zealand player. He really is an experienced campaigner, but he'll have to draw on all his experience today. They'll be going through the horrors of Leeds of late.
Now here's Kevin Iro, and on his day a real match winner. Had a great World Cup for his country, New Zealand, particularly the semi-final against Australia. The high kick from Harvey Howard. Tester here early for Aitchison, does well, keeps his eye on the ball. Can't get away though from Iro, who took a bang as he took that tackle. Kevin Iro, he's down clutching his eye.
Collision of heads, I think. But what on earth was Harvey Howard thinking about? Caught the elbow of Howard. He's a tough man, is Howard. Mind you, elbows are pretty tough on anyone, aren't they?
It's Oldham in possession with Clark. Gary Lord, good quick hands. This is Darren Abram, and he spreads the ball out wide. That's Howard Hill. Howard Hill gets the pass away to Patmore. Patmore all wrapped up by Shaw and by Holroyd. Crompton somehow held on to that ball. He was losing it, so he got the kick in. And he drove it along the ground. He's not happy with his handling, but he must be happy with the kick.
Well, it just spun away, didn't it? Maybe a bit of grease still on the fingertips. You could see all the Vaseline smeared all across his face. Not a happy man, Dean Bell. Maybe in an hour and a half's time, he may have a big smile. Well, they really have got to get it together. As Eddie mentioned, a very young outfit, this Leeds side tonight.
I've just counted up, Steve. Of the 17 players on duty here tonight, 10 are 20 years and under. The likes of Tony Kemp out injured, Neil Harmon out injured, Gary Schofield, of course, departed elsewhere. He's now at Huddersfield. These are transitional times for the Headingley team.
Let's hope that the fans and the officials at Headingley are patient. That looks to be a bit of a high one. Or are they offside?
Offside on this near side against...
No, it was all right on the replay. Good tackle there. Well, if there's anything in the Leeds repertoire now, there you see about 4 or 5 of them never made any attempt to get back to 10. Well spotted there by John Connolly. But this is where Leeds have to put on a move. Don't mess around, get a try early.
Mick Shaw, the dummy half, he gets it to Holroyd, and the runner there, oh, and a great crunching tackle on Nick Fossard it was. What a blinding tackle from Jason Timu. He's no wonder a big favourite here on the Watershedding terraces. Leeds have dropped the ball, Abrams got it back for Oldham.
Bad mistake there by Adrian Morley. He should have taken that. They used the dummy runner. He just took his eyes off the football at the crucial time. Well, if this Jason Timu keeps on this crunch tackling, the Leeds outfit won't want to be running with the football all that much. They won't be eager. He really has got into him so far.
There's Timu, he took the ball up, then he played it to Clark, who found Crompton, and he finds Maloney. Maloney's got Aitchison in acres of space. Aitchison will win the race for the line, and it's a try for Aitchison, and 4 points for Oldham. It was a terrific break from Maloney that set it up.
Superb football. They worked the ball out wide, and the step there, they were nowhere to be seen. Hassan was outside. Cummins was just fended away. There's nothing he'd do there. Superb support play by Paul Aitchison. They knew that was on. He was chiming into that back line well before Maloney got the football. It's all about team effort. Look at that. Get out of the way. Just pushed him there, and Gary Mercer hit the ground. Nothing that Cummins could do was too fast, was Aitchison. Cummins gives up the ghost. It's going to be a rough match.
It's George Mann now, captain for the night. The space in front of him, though, was well closed down by Gildart and Clark. Here's Cummins. Cummins spins the ball into the arms of Hassan. Leeds, you get the feeling, need to get across the Oldham whitewash pretty quickly, just to settle down the nerves and give themselves a bit of confidence. Mann, long ball to Iro. Iro looks for Gledhill and finds him.
Iro was looking for Gledhill to come in on a little bit earlier than that. The winger was far too late.
Anthony Gibbons is smothered by 3 tacklers. They're working hard in defence, Oldham. And Holroyd with a high kick. Another tester here for Aitchison. It drops, and doesn't he take it well? And he's immediately clattered by Morley.
Good tackle by Morley. Mercer put him under pressure there, but he took it well, Aitchison. Such a tall man. Pretty difficult to jump higher than he can.
And offside against Leeds at that play the ball. John Hay
really has got a lot of zip in his play.
Adi Bell is a belligerent little winger, the number 20. First appearance against Paris. Held his place here today. Gary Lord drags Oldham down the middle. John Clark is the dummy half. Finds Crompton. Drop goal from Crompton. Gets the one.
So methodical. There was no pressure applied. The nearest one to him was Shaw, the hooker. He had all the time in the world. The second marker should have been doing more work than that. Easy 1 point, and he knows how important it could be.
Captain of the Irish in the Emerging Nations World Cup, Martin Crompton. He also went to Fiji with them. Things don't go much easier for the Leeds coach, do they? 7-0, his team trail here at Watersheddings. We're in early spring, but I can tell you it is a very cold night. There's a bitterly cold wind blowing across this stadium, off the Pennines. But the one good thing about it is it's dry compared to last night when Warrington and Halifax battled it out in the mud. These are good conditions for the game.
Another big hit there. He's lining them up again. Mercer felt that. Good run though by Shaw, but no support again. Look at the hit. Oh, Jason Timu.
Holroyd with a long pass, and Iro plucked it out of the air, dabs the ball forward. Aitchison is there, and Aitchison takes the gamble. The gamble pays off. He didn't panic. He just let the momentum of the ball carry it over the dead ball line.
Desperation kick really by the centre, Kevin Iro. Making the half break, but the Oldham defence are doing everything right. They're making sure that Iro goes on the outside. They know his capabilities as a stepper, and that's good common sense, just making him rush towards the try line, should I say the sideline.
13 and a half minutes gone. Let's have a word with Paul Cullen, who's watching this on sideline with Bill.
Paul, Oldham seem to be doing everything just about right so far.
We spoke prior about the base that Oldham have to build in this match, and that has been built on their defensive game so far. They have visibly shut Leeds with some tremendous hits, and they're playing the right tactical game. They're just pushing the ball a little bit wider than the rucks and finding gaps out there.
And probably given the state of Leeds' confidence, when you hit tackles like that, that shakes it even more, doesn't it?
Well, then the question is, who wants to run the ball at Jason Timu? And there's not many of the Leeds players want to do that at the moment.
Thanks, Paul.
Paul took a nice little kick right then from the boot downfield from Francis Maloney. Maloney, who's played and scored in the last 12 matches, add that on to today, that's the last 13 now. And the scrum breaks up in some disorder, and quite rightly John Connolly wants it to reform.
Well, the players looked shocked that the ball was actually in the middle. They probably didn't realise. What's that, they said. It normally just goes straight in the loose forward. That's the way.
So at the first attempt they all stood up in shock, did they?
They nearly did it again.
Mercer manages to retain possession though for Leeds.
Well, he should have been. He was not out of the scrum. You're not allowed to strike like that.
Iro, he's on the other side now. Now this is Fallon. Big strong winger Jim Fallon.
Once again we saw the Oldham defence make sure that Iro went on the outside. He really has done his homework, hasn't he, the coach of Oldham, Andy Goodway.
Well, he's very thorough in his preparations. Shaw on halfway. Holroyd, left foot, straight into the arms of Afi Luila. Gets its second attempt. This fella had a go with St Helens not long ago. Work permit problems stopped him from playing for them, but he's released Adrian Bell here. Adrian Bell, a man who will maybe be remembered for scoring 2 tries in a beaten Oldham side in the Challenge Cup semi-final against Wigan.
Well, it was a good run from Lulu.
And a good run coming in here from Aitchison. He's looking for support. The support is there, and it's Patmore, and that's an easy try. Well, Aitchison provided the first 4 points for Oldham, and he gave the pass there to Patmore, who has provided the second 4-pointer. What a start for Oldham. Leeds in disarray.
They sure the kick was nothing. It was picked up by the winger. They got him to the position there. Beautiful ball out wide, and look at go. Paul Aitchison, all the time in the world. Slips the ball away. Nothing that they could do about that. Paul Gledhill caught coming in for the man on Aitchison. But Adrian Bell, Crompton, they did it well. But Leeds, they have to look at themselves critically. The kick and chase was non-existent. They allowed the winger, Luila, to go all that way, and from there, this is the result. Well played by the fullback. Andrew Patmore gleefully accepts it. And if you do, you've got to move up and force him away. Luila bet 8 men. He ran across field and went past 8 Leeds would-be defenders.
Andy Goodway wearing the air, I think, of a satisfied coach so far. The kick downfield again, and they're sauntering up once more, Leeds. Cummins is leading the way, but the ball has gone touch and goal. Holroyd is not getting his kicking act together just yet. Play will restart with a tap on the 20-metre line.
Well, I think he was a bit surprised, because at one point, about 15 metres further infield, it looked as though it was definitely going to go for... Oh, that was high from Harvey Howard.
Yes, he's been pinned by the referee, John Connolly, and look, he's hit Mick Shaw as well.
Crunch. Well, I think he missed Mick Shaw, but I think Mick might have just caught it on the first impact.
Well, A.J. Bell really felt that, and referee John Connolly wants a word with Harvey Howard.
Well, you can do without this. You've got to lead by example and not do stupid things like that. That doesn't help the cause. He's one of the experienced players in the Leeds outfit. Play it tough by all means, but a swinging arm does your team no good. Poor pressure again.
So Oldham will restart, courtesy of the Maloney penalty on the halfway line, and Timu with a marauding run 10 metres into the Leeds half of the field. He is Gildart. That was high from Iro.
Oldham are doing things great. They're getting up and playing the ball, getting on with the football. This is the high one. Iro over the top.
The referee said he hit the chest first and the arm went up onto the face.
Howard came in pretty strong too. But Oldham, this quick play of the ball, they're catching this Leeds defence. They really are eager tonight.
John Clark, and here's Adrian Bell. No problems from that high tackle by Howard. That's the last one for Oldham. Crompton. Patmore, quick hands, good hands to Lord. Good tackling back in the end from George Mann, and the tackle had to be good and was.
Well, they opted for the power play, Oldham, rather than the kick, and it nearly came off, and you can't blame them because there's huge gaps appearing in this Leeds defence out wide. It's supposed to be a sliding defence. Well, it's slidden away.
This is Morley. 3 tackles gone, and Leeds still inside their own half of the field. Cummins now. Fozzard disappears under the challenge. This is George Mann. It's one man off, isn't it? One up rugby all the way through for Leeds.
Not only that, the difference between the two sides, you see that Leeds, the first man is standing still. When Oldham have the possession, they pass it to a man who is coming on full steam ahead.
Kick downfield again, and it runs dead. There was nobody putting any pressure on Aitchison from Gibbons' kick downfield, and he was able to allow that to roll and trickle its way to the dead ball line.
Makes you wonder if Aitchison's done a bit of that curling. He was pretty calm about that.
Fozzard is jogging off, and Barry McDermott, the former Oldham man who began his career here at Watersheddings in 1991, 3 years and 40 matches, McDermott has come on for Leeds.
Once again, the driving forwards, steaming onto the football. Crompton's taking control now.
Well, he's running the show, and he's found Luila, and he nearly got past Gledhill. Luila had the wind taken out of his sails, I think, with that tackle. Leeds enjoying the greater of the possession, remarkably, but they're 11-0 down in the scoreboard.
Better defence there. Good work by the hooker, Mick Shaw. Spotted that.
Kick through, it's on the last tackle by Crompton. Oh, and Gibbons content, under so much pressure from the onrushing players, simply to hack the ball out.
When your confidence is high, you would have gone down on this football. But I'm afraid he took the best option. Let's get it out of here.
And Afi Luila looks in some problems. I thought he'd fallen on the ball at one stage and winded himself. Looks like he's got a problem with the left leg.
Twisted knee, perhaps.
Or maybe an ankle. Whatever, he's off the field for the moment. Howard Hill takes the ball downfield again for Oldham, and Leeds were waiting for him. Here's the injury to Luila.
Yeah. I think he bounced here on the knee. Hard to see from that angle.
Golden has come on for Leeds. So Dean Bell making changes.
Oh, they're running riot, Oldham. They're doing exactly what they want. Look at that, the dummy half. Oh!
George Mann, it was round the ears.
It wasn't a swinging arm. It was high, but he didn't swing it. He grabbed at him. He obviously tried to get to the shirt. Didn't succeed. Said that the chin will do instead.
And McDermott was there as well.
Whoops. Down he goes. Either way, it's an attack to the head, which is against the the rules. But allowing the hooker. Now, John Clark is not the quickest of the hookers going around, but even he made 20 metres there, running.
And John Connolly has just had a word with McDermott and told him to keep off the tackle player's neck. And quite right too. Here's Topping, his first touch, fed by Abram.
They're playing some superb football, Oldham. Full of confidence.
Crompton for the line. I think he's got there. He's stopping the clock and he wants the video ref to make the decision. And I'll tell you, the video ref today is John Holdsworth. Now then.
Good run though from Topping. Crompton, should I say. Yeah, that's a try.
Well, the crowd have made the decision for John Holdsworth and John Connolly. But it's all up to the video ref. And here's some news of Afi Luila from Bill Arthur.
Well, it's not all good news for Oldham, I'm afraid, because the verdict of the Oldham doctor is that Afi Luila could have a broken leg. He was helped off across the shoulders of a couple of the Oldham team, and at that stage it didn't look that serious, but having been examined by the doctor, it appears that he might have broken a bone in his leg, and that's bad news for Oldham.
Oh, it's dreadful news, and it's heartbreaking for Afi Luila. Things were going so well for him. So a suspected broken leg, so the 17-0 scoreline has been achieved at some price.
He was having a fine game, a real start. A sad blow, bitter blow to the Oldham Bears. But at 17-0, they'll want to pile on the pressure, pile on the agony on Leeds now. Oh, a swinging arm from Mercer.
Well, how long will the referee's patience hold with these high challenges? He didn't connect, Stevo, but the intent was there.
Good job, isn't it? Just ducked under the top. Oh. If it had connected there, I think the old grey matter would have finished up in Yorkshire. That was a haymaker. Worrying times.
So Gary Mercer penalised for another swinging arm. I suppose as well as dodgy technique, Steve-O, it's got to be frustration because these players of Leeds are not used to this.
No, we said about the confidence and it's completely gone. And when you have the first tackle of the game, I mean, it just took the breath away of the crowd. Imagine what it would have done to the confidence of this Leeds outfit. Well, let's not take anything away from Oldham. They really are playing champagne football.
6 mixed tackles by Leeds, 2 missed tackles by Oldham. Oldham have carried the ball up and over the advantage line twice. And they've hit the ball up an equal number of 45 times each team. The handling errors, well, pretty low. Leeds have made 1. Another drop goal attempt. It would have scraped over had Abram connected properly, but he just pulled it wide.
Not the best attempt, he knows it too. Got the toe to it rather than the side of the boot. But we've yet to see, 30 minutes into this game, we've yet to see really a solid break, a clean break by a Leeds player. It's all one-out football. The Oldham defence is so keen.
And it's individuals like this, like McDermott, just taking them on. But that's a better run. And that maybe is something that might lift the Leeds men. 50-50 in the possession now. Oldham coming back more and more into that statistic. But the one that matters is the 17-0 scoreline at the top of the screen. Now here's Iro. And good hands to Cummins. And he is wrestled to the floor by Howard Hill. That's a much better attack, and it was all started by that run from McDermott. Holroyd into the arms of Hassan. He gets the pass back to Holroyd. Ball out wide to Fallon. Fallon with the try. At last, Leeds come good. McDermott lifted the spirits. They carried it on this side with Iro, and then they switched the ball to the other side of the field, and Jim Fallon gets his second Super League try.
Just what the doctor ordered. McDermott's burst Wonderful play, though, by Holroyd. Cummins had made the break down the left-hand side. Hassan did well, keeps the ball alive. That's where it came. And Holroyd had the good presence, but this was good work by the winger. See how he stepped back inside. But McDermott, that's what they need. Get out of the way. He's showing the way. That is spirit. Let's hope that that's the spark. Hassan, he did well here. See how he just pegs and gets the ball away, but good support by Graham Holroyd. But watch how Jim Fallon, superb. Watch him step now, in and out. Make sure that the man, Adrian Bell, was committed. That is well finished off.
So Fallon with the try, and Graham Holroyd with his first conversion attempt of the evening. Got so close, but didn't get close enough. 17-4. Dean Bell knows he is still up against it. Fallon, a typical belligerent try from the Leeds winger.
Well, it's amazing what a try can do to a side. But Oldham are still running with a lot of vim and vigour. They look fit. Well, there's one thing you can say about this Oldham outfit. Oh! Now then, did that come off the shoulder? Mercer came in pretty hard.
Certainly did. Adrian Bell felt that. Joe Firmino has come on, you may have noticed, for Oldham. No, that was all right. Your eyebrows raised, Steve-O.
That's a penalty. That'll be a penalty, interference. Oh, no.
Referee's given the knock on.
Well, you can see there that there's the interference by the lead skipper, George Mann. Definitely the hand in there, just squeezed it out.
So, it's a feed by Leeds at the scrum. Holroyd gives it to Iro. Good run from Iro. He ran right over the top of Maloney, who gets up and shakes his head. Here's Holroyd. Now George Mann. Marvin Golden. Good run from the substitute. Great run.
That's better. You saw in that instance that Graham Holroyd was running when he got that football. Most of the time he's been stood still.
Harvey Howard trying to outmuscle the Oldham defence. Shaw picks up the pieces. Good run from McDermott. Penalty. Messing about at the play of the ball as McDermott got to his feet. Penalty to Leeds.
Quick tap, that's what I'd go for. They need to try. Don't go for the two. They really are on. And Holroyd wants to get on with it.
And they are, because Iro, apart from anything else, is screaming for the ball out wide. That, though, is Harvey Howard. Mick Shaw, the dummy half. Fallon again to use all that strength. Just held up.
Keep your eye out for Iro out wide.
It's now with Holroyd. Mercer. Morley. Morley sees a gap. He's got Iro in support. Iro wanted it off the deck. It didn't come. Golden. Gibbons. Mann. Is the fight back getting underway here by Leeds?
Good tackle by Clark.
Shaw from dummy half. Brave little run. That's the last one. They're right underneath the Oldham posts. Mann to Holroyd. Iro! Iro with the strength. And Iro with the four. He was calling for the ball out wide from the moment that quick tap penalty was taken. And eventually Leeds got the ball out.
Good play by Leeds. The Oldham defence was caught very short indeed. The long ball, and he's pretty strong, is Kevin Iro. He's been threatening, but up to now, yet to make the clean break. But he does on this occasion. Bang! Get out of the way. Nothing that Topping could do about that. Beautiful long pass. Upper body strength. Get out of the way, Topping. Leeds are back.
And the New Zealand international, Kevin Iro, tries in the 43-14 win here last season. And he's managed to get another 4-pointer here this evening. Kevin Iro. Holroyd now will try and improve. Holroyd left-footed, that's got chances. Oh, that's got 2 points. Holroyd, a great kick with the left foot, and Leeds are back in it here.
You can see Topping circle, and look how short that defence is. And once the ball went out wide, the big strength there. Super. Well, we said we had to look towards the experienced players in this Leeds side. And Kevin Iro certainly have got them back into this match when it looked as though Oldham were just going to run away with it.
This is Joe Familo on as a substitute, and the referee says play on. He's broken through one lot of tackling. He couldn't get through that lot, though. 3 eventually bring him down. Aitchison. Oh, great tackle, Hassan, on poor Topping. The ball has come free. That's got to be a penalty if it was stolen, and it was. It was a 2-man tackle. It's allowed now, 1-on-1, but not like that.
Fallon, Hassan, both involved there.
Well, I'm not so sure that Topping didn't flick that out anyway.
Well, it's a clever little ploy if he did. Great tackle by Cummings.
And he's going to get penalised, Cummings. He caught one for his corner, Francis Cummings, but he didn't like what happened there.
Well, he lashed out, didn't he, the big fella? Jason Timu caught one in the mouth, I think, with Cummings. Didn't like it. But as so often happens, the retaliator is the one that gets penalised.
And Oldham now are deep in Leeds territory. But at long last, the Leeds defence, Steve, is moving up to meet the man in possession of the ball, Gildart, on that occasion.
That's right. As we said, build the confidence. It's amazing what one try can do.
By Milo, though, he breaks through one tackle. He doesn't get away from Iro. The ball comes out, and the referee gives the penalty.
There was two men in attendance there. Iro. There's nothing he can do. Marvin Golden stole the ball. 1-on-1 is okay. There you come through. 1 man in attendance. Marvin Golden adds to it. So therefore it's deemed that it was pinched in a 2-man tackle.
Didn't he just drop it, though?
Well, it looks it, doesn't it? But old Marvin Golden has been deemed to be the culprit. There's a big Familo. First touch of the ball was a good run, 35 metres. It helps to bring a big guy like that on, doesn't it?
It does indeed. 3 quick penalties, though, there for Oldham in the space of a couple of minutes. And Francis Maloney here with the opportunity to add another 2 points to that Oldham total. 50% for Maloney so far. Oh, he sliced that again. Much more, he has not found the dead ball line, and Golden has done well. The ball has got to be over the try line and in the field of play, and Golden managed to get there. There's the half-time siren. A good half for Oldham. They were leading 17-0, but Leeds have come back and they have battled their way back into a match. Kevin Iro with a try. Paul Aitchison, the Oldham full-back who started it all in the 6th minute. But 17-10 at half-time, a fair reflection really of the way the half has gone. It was Oldham's for half an hour. In the last 10 minutes, Leeds have come back well. It bodes well for the second half. 17-10 at Watersheddings.
Picture this.
All right, everybody, it's short. Our second Saturday Night Live with you. Trust you're enjoying the Super League coverage this year. Plenty more of it to come. It will roll at you through the summer, I can promise you that. As Holroyd restarts this match, and I rather fancy that Oldham know that they are in for a battle in this second half. And Harvey Howard with the first crunching tackle of the second 40 minutes on Matt Munro. The Aussie felt that.
George Mann just going over a little bit late there too. Well, you mentioned in the first half that the patience of the referee John Connolly may be tested.
That's Howard Hill. Leeds, of course, now playing from left to right, which means they're running down the hill here at Watersheddings. I wonder whether that will have any influence on this match. Gibbons watching the ball go to the corner. Had he picked that up from Maloney's kick, it would have been the zero tackle, of course.
It spun away from him at the last moment. Did the right thing, perhaps. Well, I know that the Oldham players, they prefer to run down this hill, so they're going up it in the second half. Most players do get a psychological lift when they appear to be running downhill. It's only about 3 yards at one end, but it's about 10 yards at the other, the dip.
Uphill and down Dale then, here at Watersheddings tonight. Phil Hassan for Leeds. All wrapped up though by Howard Hill again, John Clark in there too, and the big figure of Jason Timu. Now here's McDermott, having quite an impact since he came on, the former Oldham prop forward.
The most important thing about that big burst by McDermott is that it brought in 4 Oldham players. Now a quick play the ball and you're away. There's blood spouting out of the face of Mercer. He caught one in that tackle. Oh.
And the referee, John Connolly, will put Mercer in the blood bin while the flow of the claret from the nose is stemmed off the field.
Oh, clash of heads there.
He was already bleeding, Steve, when Monroe made the tackle.
Wouldn't have helped him, though. Looks vintage stuff, doesn't it? Well, they want to get him patched up very, very quickly. They need him. But they really have lifted themselves, Leeds. And Oldham have to be wary not to be sucked into a hard forward game. They've got to still keep to their game plan. Right, getting the ball out wide.
Adrian Bell picks that kick up, runs it forward. That's a zero tackle. So now the tackle count starts for the referee. That's the first. New rule in Super League this year. And that could have been a flop from Hassan on Clark.
Pretty close to one, wasn't it?
The referee has got to pin them here for offside, because there's the flop. Because when he went back and marched Leeds' defensive line back 10 metres, just watch where they all are. The referee, and they're good 2 or 3 metres ahead of him.
Only the fullback that was behind him. Well, big chance now for Oldham. They'll use the big guys and then use the long ball out wide. Keep your eye out for Martin Crompton and Maloney combining.
There's Crompton. Good ball. There's Maloney. He nearly got round, but it was a good saving tackle in the end from Gibbons. Now then, a chance here for Familo. Joe Familo, his brother, of course, is Assini Familo on the Leeds staff. Dean Bell watching anxiously as his Leeds defenders try and keep this Oldham attack at bay. Crompton releases the pass. Little foot to the ball there to Gildart. And they've got men out wide. Abram, he should have passed to Aitchison.
Well, he bombed it there. The centre, the full-back, Aitchison, streaming in on the outside. But will it make any difference?
Gildart tries to get over. Now then, I hope the referee doesn't call for the video ref to take a look at that. He was convinced, was John Connolly, that the ball was held up.
Great work from the Leeds defence there.
Well,
good stuff.
I wouldn't be the video ref on that one, Steve-O.
Well, the fullback Anthony Gibbons goes right underneath the football with both arms. See, he's actually pinched it. He could have been penalised, in fact. There was more than one man there.
Chance for Andy Goodway's Oldham goes begging. Now McDermott. I rather the fancy, John Connolly took a little deep breath then and thought, should I let the video ref take a look at that or make my own decision? Well, the decision now made. Golden for Leeds.
He was in a good position anyway. Now then, Leeds need a good set of six here. They really have to drive in and kick down into this right corner.
Much better run there from Harvey Howard. Releases a pass, but oh, it was panic stuff from Howard and straight into the arms of Monroe.
But there should have been someone in support. The big guy did all the hard work. Look, they just stood around. Mick Shaw stopped.
Monroe and Patmore combining. Harvey Howard just looking across at the referee, checking he's not offside. Maloney through a gap. Cummins missed him. Fallon got to him. The ball bounced backwards. The referee will bring it back for the knock-on. Maloney shot through the gap, though.
Tremendous speed off the mark there. Well, that was dragged out. Definitely dragged out. Pulled out by Fallon. Now, you probably would have to deem, you'd probably have to deem that that's one-on-one, wouldn't it? Because the ball had come clear before he made contact with another player. But what a great break from Francis Maloney.
Yes, and that should have been play on in my book, and it should have been 6 to go for Oldham.
Yep.
Matt Schultz, the man on for Gary Mercer, who's in the blood bin, number 21. Holroyd, Cummins. Opportunity for Cummins is closed down. Still takes 3, though, to haul him to the 4. 3 tackles gone. Mick Shaw in the dummy half. Here's Adrian Morley.
Leeds have got to get their kicking game. They've got to get it right. Good run from Shaw.
Super run from Shaw. Darting run. Aitchison's after him. And a good job that Aitchison got to him. Gibbons goes in at dummy half on this, the last tackle. Cummins into the arms of Holroyd. Holroyd stepping and changing direction. Still Holroyd coming. Brilliant. Oh, the referees pull them back.
It was forward. Yes, it was forward.
Oh, it was so close to a brilliant try.
Well, they ran it on the 6th tackle when it brought the try for Iro, and that was forward. You can see clearly there. Just couldn't get the ball away there, Graham Holroyd. But we see again how Holroyd now really has quickened the pace. He's running at the defence. Just couldn't get it away in time. Split second too late. Oh, that was a big hit from Morley. Oh.
Morley found Matt Monroe, put the shoulder to the wheel. Oldham keeping this ball alive. Anxious times for the coaches on both sides, particularly Dean Bell. Crompton, short ball, Maloney. Oh, and Abram just couldn't get that ball in. The crowd think it went backwards, but it didn't. Watch, it goes forward.
There's an Oldham player down whilst this mistake was going on, the knock-on there by Abrams.
And he's flat out, and the signal has gone to the sideline. He missed him, and Iro with all the strength in the world. Great try from Iro. His second, but that one took some scoring. Aitchison measured him for the tackle, and Iro brushed him aside.
Run onto the ball, and this is where it gets you. It was a good run by the big prop, Fozzard. Long ball out from Holroyd. Beautiful pass there. Handed away, and I'm afraid that Patmore should have had him. Adrian Morley was the one that missed first time. Just patted away to get out of the way. Darren Abram. Aitchison committed himself. Beautiful swerve from the body. See how he carried the ball in the right so he could fend with the left. Watch how he twists the body. He commits the fullback. See how he just hesitated. Beautiful swerve there. And then he pushes away. Notice how he'll propel himself away with it. Good stuff. Great camera work. And what a great try.
Super try from Kevin Iro. So they're back in it here. Holroyd now with the conversion attempt. Right side of the field for the left-footed kicker. Oh, he's kicking well. Terrific kick from Graham Holroyd. One from the touchline earlier. One slightly easier there. 17-16. Leeds back in it.
What a great run. He's only had 2 real bursts. and they both brought tries. They don't call him the beast for nothing.
17-0, Oldham were ahead. Aitchison got hurt trying to make that tackle. They were 17-0 up, and Leeds have hit them now with 16 points without reply.
And you can all put it down to the substitution of McDermott. Barry McDermott's one run late in that first half has done wonders for their confidence.
And McDermott, number 15, in there with Schultz and also Fozzard to force Howard Hill back towards his own posts. They've suddenly picked up the tempo after being asleep, Steve-o, for half an hour.
Yep, but they've also got their tackling right. And they're forcing Oldham into a one-out game. This is what Leeds were doing in the first half.
Better run from Crompton, and he looks round for support, and there was none forthcoming. Abram, the dummy half. Here's Maloney, kicks up the hill, tries to make it catch the higher ground, and it beats Gibbons to the corner.
Beautiful kick there from the standoff, Maloney. He knows that that's what Oldham needed. No point in defending in your own quarter when you can do it right the way up the field. This is where they will have to apply the pressure now.
And suddenly Oldham beginning to look a little anxious at that scoreboard. They were 17-0 up, as I say. It's now 17-16. We have seen some comebacks, haven't we, in Super League on Sky Sports this season already. Let's go down to the pitch side. Bill with Paul.
Paul Cullen, do you think Barry McDermott's physical presence has made such a big difference to Leeds?
Well, Leeds now actually believe they can win this match. You know, some tremendous breaks coming as we speak. They're a side playing with confidence.
This is Hassan. Hassan with a great break. Aitchison's after him, and Aitchison gets to him this time.
He did well to keep in the field of play there. He lifted the feet. Surely a long ball out wide. Oldham a stretch.
Yes, they're caught out wide here. It's with Holroyd. It's now with Morley, and Morley to the corner, and he goes over on his back. The referee wants to look, and he's going to give the decision to the video referee, John Holdsworth, hidden away from everybody here at Watersheddings.
Now, did the momentum take Morley over? Was he moving all the time? No, that's got to be a double movement, because the elbow carrying the football had been grounded. Surely this cannot be given. There you see it. He's grounded there. And even though he rolls over again, that cannot be a try, surely. He rolls over that way, but for a split second, I think the tackle was completed.
So, the decision is awaited by the officials here. Try not given. Penalty to the defending team, Oldham, for the double movement. The feed at the scrum, and who's got it? Is that one against the head? I don't believe it. It is.
Well, I'm standing, and I'm bowing now. The art of hooking has returned.
Well, he did it in the first half, Graham Holroyd. Meanwhile, Leeds have been caught offside to play the ball. But he did it in the first half, Holroyd. Remember, you said they all stood up because they were frightened to death of seeing the ball.
Yep, and there you see that they were offside. Never made back the 10. Never made any attempt, actually, before they made the tackle. Well, that really was a let-off for Oldham. It was a bad mistake there by Familo, right underneath the sticks. That should have been the pressure being applied to Oldham. Bad mistake at that scrum.
Bradbury's through a gap. He's beaten 2, he's beaten 3, but then they close in and pull him down.
Well,
Morley, and there's a real battle going on in back play. Meanwhile, play continues. This is a lovely run, ball in field, but they've come up with it, Leeds, and Howard Hill almost got across the try line, but Francis Cummins nipped in and pinched the ball. While all that was going on, Fozzard was surrounded by about 4 Oldham players.
He took them all on Fozzard. Timu was there. Gildart was there. They were punching.
And now Oldham have been penalised for a high tackle.
Well, a good run there, and it's all spoilt it by going very high, Bradbury. It surprised me that David Bradbury wasn't in the starting lineup here. There's also a bit of a crack there. Well, they've got to get back to the game plan. Oldham are being sucked into making it a real forceful. There you see on the left-hand side, they were throwing punches and good ones too. Fozzard held his own against 2 or 3 of them.
Here's Holroyd now on the halfway line, looking for support. Cummins drops it. Well, he was hitting the ball at speed, but he should have taken this pass.
Nothing wrong with the pass. You could see that he just took his eyes off the football. He was looking at Crompton. Basic error. He knows it too. A vital time. Nearly midway through this second half. 1 point in it. I just get the feeling that the next one that scores the try, the other side, their heads may just go down.
Try Milo with the run. It's a great battle again, though, isn't it, on Sky Sports tonight? Oldham and Leeds serving up a treat, and that's Monroe. 58 minutes gone, 17-16. Oldham applying more pressure with Topping.
Bradbury's lining up to come as the second phase of attack. Interference and they play the ball on. Is there a knock on?
Yes, he's given the knock on against Topping.
Well, there's a few hands in there as well, wasn't there?
Was.
You can't believe that.
Matt Schultz tickling and fingering the ball. Just enough to cause Paul Topping a problem. Referee didn't spot it. And the scrum wheeling round. Oldham obviously heartened by the fact they got one against the head a few minutes ago.
Well, Graham Holroyd, stop putting it in the middle. No one else does.
Happy?
Much.
Golden. Tackled by Howard Hill, who went for a piggyback ride on the back of Golden. Got away with it, though. McDermott.
Discipline is the key now. Do not give away silly penalties.
1 point in it. Golden plays the ball to Shaw. That's George Mann. He wants to get up. Captain of Leeds tonight. Adrian Morley. Shaw again in a dummy half. Holroyd, the kick downfield. Big gap behind Adrian Bell, who's scampering after it, and he'll run it back. This will not count in the tackle count. This is the 0 tackle.
Great kick and chase, though.
Harvey Howard's gone in now to dummy half. He'll find Holroyd. Long pass to Iro. How many times do we say it in the course of the season, but Iro, a real match winner. 9 meters short of the line. Holroyd for the line, and the door closes, but only just.
Well, Holroyd's playing the ball. Will it be Cummins that uses the kick? It is.
Cummins dabs the ball through. Oh, Aitchison's lost it, and a great saving kick from Adrian Bell. The ball bounced over the top of Aitchison. Oh!
He made a meal of it, the full back there. It was an awful bounce. But Bell perhaps could have taken that football. He wasn't going to take any chances. Cummins thought that he was going to be presented with the match winner, perhaps.
Well, Steve-O, a hard pitch, a bouncy field, and anything can happen with the ball. Look at that. Oh.
But I'm not so sure that I would have wanted Adrian Bell to risk the kick. Remember last season, or maybe the season before, when Jason Robinson did that at Castleford,
yes, he missed
it completely.
That's right. Oh dear.
It's
well,
tense times.
It certainly is, with a 3-point difference between these two sides. Forward pass.
And it was. Howard gave up the ghost as soon as he took a step. He overran him. A little bit delayed there from the hooker, Mick Shaw. And he sort of half-heartedly stops.
Well, everyone on the far side told John Connolly the decision he should have made. Oldham make a change. Gary Lord has returned, and Jason Timu, who's had a big game for Oldham, has gone off. Andy Goodway spelling the big man with 11 minutes to go.
Well, he's done the hard work as Timu. Some tremendous crunch tackles early in the game.
And won't Leeds be glad to see the back of Jason Timu? 11 minutes, 3 points the gap. Leeds staring down 4 in a row without a point. But what a great game they have produced. They invariably produce the goods on the Sky Sports cameras. Aitchison from a standing start. Tries to get away from Howard. Can't do so. McDermott's in there quickly too. Crompton dabs it through, and well watched that was by George Mann. 0 tackle, and we have a dog on the field. This is Matt Schultz.
Well, the dog came on, probably wanted to help Leeds. They're down to 12. He'll make the extra. Still haven't got rid of it. Still running around at the deep end. Meanwhile, Mick Shaw's trying his best.
Well, fortunately, the dog is at the other end of the field, so John Connolly will allow this game to continue. But the stewards will try and get rid of him. The dog, that is.
I don't think Mr. Connolly would have liked that.
This is Holroyd, a high hanging kick. Well, we said last night we haven't seen many of those in Super League. We've seen a couple tonight.
Anything can happen. The bouncing ball, they got away with it then. Good run by Bell.
There's the battle, Steve-O, between the hookers, John Clark, Mick Shaw, 13-11, the tackle by Clark, and of course Clark off the field and concussed.
So he's done his work as Clark, he's done a good job. But Mick Shaw has made some good runs from dummy half.
And there he was there again doing tackling on the big man Ian Gildart. Number 25 is Matt Munro. That is Martin Crompton. He got the ball away. And it's Darren Abram who plays it to Crompton. He finds Gary Lord. Lord, who's been spelled in this match.
Good play by Crompton. He's slowing things down. He'll be the first man here. Let me have it. No, it's Maloney.
There's the bomb again. The ball spinning all over the place. Oh! And Cummins loses it. And he lost control of the ball.
He went too early. He jumped up too early there.
But, Steve, we bemoaned last night the fact that there are not many bombs in the game in Super League early weeks, and we've seen some tonight that have caused havoc.
Yep, I'm pleased. I'm smiling. It is still a good tactic. They still can't get this dog off the field.
And the referee has held the clock up now while they get rid of the pooch. He's chasing the dog to the far corner. Meanwhile, play now can continue. Abram. Here's a chance now for the big Oldham forwards to drive it in. That was by Milo. Now here's Crompton, and number 26 is Nuttall, Tony Nuttall just on.
Will it be a field goal?
Maybe not, it might be a try. He's got the ball down. Crompton, Martin Crompton. Well, for me, he got the ball down, but John Connolly is going to hand it to the video ref. Oldham are celebrating. Connolly wants the video ref to make the big decision.
Well, it must have been unsighted. It was pretty close to it there. Oh. Yep, that's a try. He didn't lose control of it. He'd had downward pressure with the forearm all the time. What a game Martin Crompton has had.
And it's a first for Super League. Martin Crompton, 2 tries, and both of them having to be confirmed by the video official. Martin Crompton gets the try, Oldham gets the 4.
Good thinking, runs from dummy half. They just got caught on the blind side. Howard and McDermott and Shaw, they weren't expecting this. You can see they were still on the try line. He did well though, did Crompton. But full credit to Crompton, because he was the man that slowed things down. They were getting a little bit shaky. They were becoming their own worst enemies, but that is a well-taken 4-pointer. And at what a time.
3 from 6 tonight for Maloney. He's in front of the posts just about. This is a big kick for 2 points. He gets the 2. Oldham have daylight between themselves and Leeds. They're ahead 25 points to 16.
What a game. Good break from the dummy half. You could see he knew that they were just having that little bit of rest, lack of concentration by McDermott and Howard and the hooker, Mick Shaw. And there it is, a try it was.
And the Leeds defence cracked right at the end of Anthony Gibbons, 10 minutes in the sin bin. Gibbons now is back out of the cooler. Eventually, the extra man told.
Controversial circumstances. On the replay, you could see that Anthony Gibbons, one-on-one, it should have been play on, but he found himself in the sin bin. Dean Bell will have plenty to say about that after the game, I'm sure.
This is Morley, Shaw, Harvey Howard. Shaw, the dummy half again. Holroyd kicks downfield, down the slope. Well, he doesn't want to find touch, but he looked for all the world there as though he was trying to punch that ball into the corner. And Oldham will be happy about this, Steve-O. It eats the clock up.
Yep, but also Leeds perhaps hoping that they'll force the error. Either way, there's still plenty of time. Leeds have got the stars out there to score a try and score 2 tries. But as you can see, Oldham not too quick in getting form.
Now, Oldham must just hold on to the ball for this set of 6, get it away from their own try line and then use the kick. But Leeds will be hoping to force the error. That's 2 tackles gone. We've got about 5.5 minutes to go. About time I think we heard from Paul Cullen again as with Bill.
Paul, Leeds have come back once. Can they do it again? I don't think so now. The sin binning was a vital factor. It was a turning point in the game. Oldham now are in charge. They believe they can win this match and their confidence is sky high.
Sky high on confidence, Oldham. Topping with a little run. McDermott and Howard clutching at him, bring him down. This is the last tackle. There's the kick from Maloney. Oh, that's a huge boot downfield. Gibbons will run this out. This is the 0 tackle. So he'll take that tackle. That doesn't count. Leeds now have 6 more to go in this set. Into the last 5 minutes.
Beautiful kick there by Francis Maloney. He's had a fine game. Good understanding the 2 halfbacks, Maloney and Crompton. They really have shone today.
Cummins to Iro. All wrapped up by Abram and Crompton, but still the big fella manages to get the ball away. Cummins. Abram recovered well to bring Cummins down. Iro, Holroyd. McDermott called for it, said he wanted it and got it. Shaw, dummy half. Holroyd helps it on wide to Mann. Brings Golden into it. Marvin Golden escapes the clutches of 3. Can't get away from the next 2 in, though. Last one, they've made 41 metres. Shaw's running it, taking the gamble. He's caught in possession. That's the turnover.
He went for the power play, hoping that Oldham would just hang off, expecting the kick. Didn't work out. He's tried hard, though, Mick Shaw. That's a good break there.
Great break from Faimilo. Good tackling, though, from McDermott. Faimilo injured.
So important these days for the coaches to use their subs to perfection.
Lovely run from Adrian Bell. Desperate defence from Fallon and Cummins to bring him down. Crompton. The runner was Bradbury. Crompton again, the dummy half. Maloney, can he conjure something up here? Abram.
Crompton with the kick, perhaps.
Patmore plays the ball. It's with Crompton now. This is Gary Lord. Last tackle. Drop goal, maybe. No, they're running it. They're running it. Abram! Try!
Double movement. I think you'll find it's a double movement.
He's given it. A double movement he has given.
Just short. Yep.
Yes.
Well spotted there by John Connolly.
He did well then.
He was in a good position. But a good effort from Darren Abram. But he's not going to keep the referee. Great positioning by Connolly. But he'll be happy.
Biting his nails, Andy Goodway.
He knows that their defence has tightened up. Just went to sleep a little bit in the second half. They've got it all going now. Look at them moving up forward. They're eager for winning play. It's been a good performance all round by this Oldham side.
And Leeds have played their part in an excellent match, but they look like they're going home pointless. Iro drops it.
That should be a penalty. 2 men in attendance.
And is.
Yeah, only one-on-one you can do that. Now then, bite your nails for this one. 3 in attendance in the end. Well, Leeds are messing around. They were talking about what they were going to do, so they got on with it and kicked it in the touch. They've done that just now.
Howard. Last chance. Golden drops it. I think that's curtains. I think that's curtains for Leeds. And they are 4 games without a win.
Well, that was
4 games without a point.
That was hardly invented, was it? They hung around waiting to sort that out and finished up with one forward taking it up and turning.
Coming towards the last minute now.
Surely they've got something better in their repertoire than that.
Dean Bell knows the sands of time are running out, but for Oldham, they've lost just 2 of their last 10 in the league now, and lost just 1 of their last 8 here at Watersheddings after tonight. Andy Goodway built throughout the centenary season, Steve-O.
Yeah, and there you see Barry McDermott swinging the right frustration. Oldham haven't finished yet.
It's the last one, Bradbury. Bradbury runs it, gets the pass away. He just couldn't wheel it in. But they will be content to defend in front of the Leeds posts, will Oldham. Half a minute to go. Gibbons trying to get away from the clutches of those 2, Hill and also Faimilo. Last 15 seconds, risky business. Abram clobbers Francis Cummins. Oh, that ball had a big red cross on it.
You could see Cummins look at the passer then saying, God, come on, mate. That really was a loopy.
Time is just about up. This should be the last tackle. Iro will run it, get round Bell, put the ball inside to Hassan. Still they play on. Fallon, strong run down the middle. Shaw. Last tackle here for Leeds.
Well, they've shown some neat touches, Leeds, at times. And once they get it going for the full 80 minutes, there will be a team to be reckoned with, but 4 losses now.
Well, this is Golden that tried to finish in a flourish. Golden is dropped to the ground. It's the turnover on the last tackle. Golden miscounted.
Good work by Joe Faimilo. He got back there. He really did race back and cover defence. That shows you the amount of fitness and team spirit that this Oldham side have got. But what a game, the man that's going to just pick up from dummy half.
This win for Oldham. Martin Crompton, 2 tries tonight, both of them given after the video referee was called in. Little bit of history in Super League, but Oldham going strong. But where now for Leeds? 4 matches gone.